Hello, students. Today we will think on another topic in sciences. And guess what it is? Well, let you guess. So this question over here: why clocks? No, the topic is not related to clocks. Let us see. Have you ever thought how clocks were made? What was the first clock? How do you think the first clock was ever made? Hmm? Okay, let's see now the question. How did we know how much time it's 14 hours or 15 hours? Hmm? How did we decide that 60 seconds is 1 minute? Why summer have longer days and winters have shorter, longer nights? This is all related to sun and its positioning, correct? Yes, it's all related to sun and its positioning. But still, what's the topic? It's shadows. Shadow. It's shadows. Okay. And why are we talking about clocks? It's because the first clock was sundial, and sundial was dependent on shadow of the sun. Okay. The shadow of object, the sun's glare would fall on that object, would fall on that sundial, and it would show the correct time. Okay, let us see. So these are the stem cards. It just gives you the small experiments, and all the experiments and procedures. I have written it again, so I'll discuss it there. I'll discuss it there. So, sun rises in the east. Well, we all know Earth rotates around itself and revolves around the sun. But sun doesn't change its position. The one changing the position and is in movement is our Earth. Correct? Our sun is here, and Earth is revolving around it like this. Okay, this is our Earth. Earth revolves around the sun. Okay. As the Earth rotates from west to east, we see sun moving from east to west. That is in opposite direction. Correct? Earth rotates from west to east. And that's why we see the sun moving from east to west. Hence, we believe sun rises in the east and sets in west, whereas it's the earth rotating and not the sun actually moving. Okay, keep this in mind. Now, what are shadows? A shadow is the total absence of light, where light is not present. See, light is a form of energy that travels in a straight line until it hits an object, correct? It is a form of energy. But where their energy is not only present, that portion is called shadow. Okay. There are many sources of light, but the biggest one is our sun, isn't it? We get all of our light from sun, morning light. We don't have to switch on our light bulbs also during the morning. Why? Because sun is the greatest source of light. Have you noticed how easy it is to see the shadows outdoors on a bright sunny day, and how in contrast shadows tend to be soft and harder to see on cloudy days, isn't it? So when there are more clouds, you cannot see the shadows more clearly. But when there are no clouds and the sky is clear with bright sunlight, you can see the shadows of every object around you. This is because shadows are sharper when light source is intense and focused. What this line means is that uh, the shadows are sharper, they are more visible when the light source is more and more bright. Okay, and when there are no clouds, what happens is do not break the path of light rays. They do not come in between sun and earth. Okay, that's why you can see the shadows more and more sharper. If the object knocks the light from passing through it, that creates area of darkness, a shadow. Okay, it blocks the light from passing through it. Then it creates a shadow. Hence, our shadow also are always opposite to the direction of sun. That is saying. What are long shadows now? Now, the lower the sun, the longer the shadow. How is it so? See this. Uh, let's say this is our Earth. Okay, you are living over here. You are living very happily over here on this Earth. Okay, and you are sitting here. The sun comes here. The sun is here, first position. The sun is here, second position. The sun is here for the third position. Now, since sun is here, its light rays will fall on you like this. Okay, so the shadow will be formed over here. So you cannot see the shadow. because it is not on the land. Okay, correct. I'll rub it. Now you are standing there only, but light rays are now falling towards you like this. Okay, on this position. So your shadow is now like this, big. Okay, your shadow is big over here. Your shadow is big here now. So your shadow is more longer than you. So the lower the sun, the longer the shadow. And now, well, again, erase it. Just a minute. Let me erase this also. Now the sun is directly above you. So it falls, the light falls on you, and the shadow is very, very small, which is down, which is below you. Okay. So the shadow of the sun over here, its shadow is big, isn't it? So the lower the sun goes from top to down, okay, the lower it goes, the more height the shadow becomes. Okay, this is what this whole slide is about. Okay, this all these 4 to 5 points. This is the summary what I explained you right now. Okay, now let's do an experiment. So this experiment is the same, which is in this STEM card, and the required materials and procedures are also same. Okay, let us see the experiment. So what are the materials you require? You require one paper plate, a plastic bottle, markers and crayons, scissors, transparent tape, a scale or ruler. So these things you will require. Then procedure. Pierce a hole in the center of paper plate and put the straw in the bottle. Okay. Then place the plate upside down in a sunny area. Write 12 on its edge. Draw a line from center and tilt the straw towards this line. So there is this paper plate. You will write 12 on this on the edge and draw a line from center and tilt the straw toward this line. So if this is the line, then you will tilt, that is, you will bend the straw in this line. At noon, move the paper plate so that straw shadow coincides with line and tape the paper plate on the ground. Okay, so if this is the line, then you will, what you will do is at noon, that is at 12 o'clock, you will, the shadow of that straw should lie on this line. Okay, and when it's that in position, then you will paste this paper, this paper plate on the ground. Okay, and at 13 hours, that is 1 o'clock, again make a arc based on the shadow, based on the shadow of straw, and write 1. So after 1 hour, it might be here only. So there will be 1. You should write it 1. And repeat these steps to make the sundial. So this is your sundial. With this, you can measure the time. Okay, the real time I'm talking about. So now the direction. Uh, the shadows are also used to show the direction. So in northern hemisphere, the shadow will travel from west to east only during daytime and point towards the north in noon. So at 12 o'clock, the shadow will point towards the north only. North, south, east, west. So this is north, this is south, this is east, and this is west. So when you are standing here, then at 12 o'clock, the shadow will fall like this. Okay, it will be facing the north in the northern hemisphere. Okay, and it will travel from west to east. That is like this. Okay, this will be happening. This due to the position of sun. Okay, as we all know about that. And this is something that you should keep in mind: the northern hemisphere and this west to east thing. Now, let's talk shadows. To see a shadow, there must be a source of light and an object that blocks that light, isn't it? So to see a shadow, you require two things. The first thing, a source of light, and second thing, an object that will block that light. Okay. Now, when an object blocks the beam of light, a shadow appears. The sun is a major source of light for our planet. As sun shines on the earth, a shadow is cast, creating the darkness that we experience at night. As Earth rotates on its axis, different areas of light and dark are created, which we identify as day and night. Of course, all of these things exist. If moon is the brightest object shining on you and its light is not being diffused by the clouds, then yes, you should be able to see your shadow on the ground. So at night also, you can see your shadow with the help of moon. Okay, the source. At night, with the help of moon's light, you can see your own shadow. But there should not be any clouds. Okay. A full moon can be surprisingly bright when there is nothing else to lighten up the night. Okay. So a full moon night can be surprisingly very, very bright. Okay. So all this is all for this session. I hope you like it. Thank you.